What's up?
Oh.
What's up? What's up, girl?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing. Had to get this set up. I'm still feeling a little crummy, but gotta get this done. Gotta get it done.
Yes.
So what's up, baby babies? We are back again. This is week four of the NFL. Exciting things happening. There were a lot of exciting games, lots of not upsets, but it was a lot of action, lots of drama. So we could start on, what was the first? The first game was the Thursday game. It was the Lions and the Packers. I was hoping that Green Bay would kind of pull it out like they did the week before, but they just couldn't. That Lions team is for real.
Yes, it is. It's good. It's a good team. They really got something there.
So yeah, I was kind of pulling for him because I want to see Love kind of excel and do well. I want him to do well, just because he was just kind of put in a crappy situation having to be behind Aaron Rodgers for so long and all of that mess. Yeah. So hopefully, but I mean, again, they're showing signs of that they're going to be a good football team. Maybe not this year. They may not make it this year, but in the future, they have a chance to really make some waves in the NFC. Because right now it's still the 49ers to lose, right?
Oh, yeah. And that ain't happening no time soon.
Definitely number one. Who did they play? They played the Cardinals. Yeah, and that was but you know what? I watched part of that Cardinals game. That Cardinals quarterback, he looked kind of impressive. I know he's just filling in for I forget what's that boy's name? I forget his name. He got hurt at the end of last year. And he's kind of filling in, but he's actually looking pretty good. He might be able to take over their position. They don't watch it.
So Dobbs is the quarterback for this game. Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah, but I think Kyler Murray, that's their permanent.
Murray, okay.
They just signed him last year to a long-term deal, but he's injured now, and so this guy is filling in. But he looked pretty good. So if we'll see, because with Kyler Murray, he's a great quarterback, but he can be a little foolish at times, and take chances that he really doesn't need to take. He can be a little reckless. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe with the competition, he'll come back and be a little better. Who knows? The Jaguars beat the Falcons. Whoop-de-whoop. I was hoping the Falcons would go ahead and knock out that AFC opponent, but it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
An exciting game for the week. The Bills whooped the Dolphins.
They did. That was really I was surprised. I don't know how many other people were, but I was really shocked how bad they beat them.
I was not surprised. Those are division team, division rivals.
Rivals, right?
Bills always kind of had their finger on the Miami Dolphins, so it's always been like a big thing between those two teams. And with all the hype that the Dolphins got the week before, with their 70-point game, I just knew the Bills were going to come out and be like, "Oh no, not this week." You won't be putting up no more 70 points in no game against us. Nope.
Yeah, they blew them up. That was pretty impressive of the Bills. That was an impressive game. I liked it.
I anticipated that they were going to come in and be like, "No, put their foot down. Not today. Not in my house. Not today. No." The Vikings and the Panthers, I really didn't pay attention to it. I kind of did. The Vikings came back and won that one. Again, the new quarterback, what is his name? Y'all know I'm bad with names, but I know people. I'll be trying to remember. He's the rookie quarterback for the Panthers. Is it Young?
Bryce Young, yeah.
So I feel bad for him that he's, kind of been thrust out there. These good quarterbacks in college get drafted to these sucky teams and then kind of have to figure it. And speaking of trying to figure it out, Lord help the Bears, help the Bears, help the Bears. But at the same time, I'm glad that the Broncos found a way to win.
Yes, because they looked so terrible last week. So I was really surprised because I think they were trailing most of that game.
Yes, and they came back.
I was surprised that they came back and won. Was it overtime?
No.
It was in overtime. They won during the
game.
Yeah.
It was only about like 3 points. 3 points.
Yeah.
They came back at the end and kind of just broke them down. I mean, you saw the Bears just kind of fall apart. And I don't even want to put it all on Justin Fields. I think some of it was play calling. Some of the decisions that they made at the end of that game, it was like, what are you doing? You're not giving, yourselves a chance. You're kicking yourself in the head. But so good for Denver, good for Russell.
Good for Russell.
Not so much for Justin.
Yeah, again.
The Bears are another one of those cursed teams. I don't know what to say. And speaking of cursed teams, the Browns, Lord. My Ravens whooped up on the Browns, but Deshaun was not playing. He's injured. He had some kind of shoulder injury, I think it was. Throwing motion was off. So, yeah, they just basically had their way with the Browns. Even with the defense, they didn't look like they normally do. Myles Garrett, of course, shows up. He shows up every week. He's just he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But, yeah, my Ravens. But, again, with the turnovers. It's like, Lamar, you don't hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball.
That seemed to be a common thing with a lot of the games. It wasn't just them.
But this is like, it's every week. Every week he's turned over a ball. Like, they want to get it back, but it's like, dude, stop. I don't want to see any more turnovers by the Baltimore offense. It needs to be the defense turning the ball over. Not the offense. Wow. So, on to, I know you don't want to talk about it, Steelers versus Texans.
No, I really don't. We can skip that game. That was so painful to watch.
Yeah, and I know you
said Steelers just were all over the place. They couldn't score. They couldn't stop the score. They looked bad, and the Texans looked good. And I don't even know what to blame it on. They just looked bad.
Now, I will say, week 1, we played the Texans, and we barely won that game. And that was like, and everybody kind of attributed to the fact that Lamar hadn't played any preseason games. So that was literally his first game. So he was a little rusty, made some mistakes. So everybody kind of said, well, the Ravens would have done better. But Lamar, that was his first game. They still need to knock some rust off and blah, 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 blah. But the Texans, they gave us a run for our money that first week. So I knew
they came out ready to play. It was clear.
So I knew that they were going to be a force in the AFC South this year. They're going to give the Colts and the Jaguars and the Titans a run for their money just because they have a rookie quarterback. He showed out. And I know you said he was your favorite in Ohio State.
Yes. I was so surprised. So I was debating on whether, it really wasn't a debate because I have to go for my Steelers. But C.J. Stroud was the quarterback for Ohio State, and I was like, I really want to see him do well, but just not today. He jumped out. He really did. So I'm proud of him, but I'm not proud of my Steelers right now.
He could have took a PTO day today.
He really should have. He really should have.
Oh, my goodness. But yeah, they're starting to come together and starting to figure some things out. So they're going to be a team to watch. I mean, and there are a lot of teams in the AFC North that have that type of, ability to go in and win games, but they're going to be one of them.
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't know what to say about your Steelers. I don't know. I know one thing, I think, and I'm hearing this on talk radio, on sports radio, that the offensive coordinator needs to go. That he, since he's been there, that they haven't had the type of offense that they've had in the past, even with Roethlisberger his last year. So whoever this guy is, people are calling for him to be gone. Poof, be gone. But we'll see. They said that what's your coach? I forget his name.
Tomlinson.
Yeah, they say he's very loyal, and so to those people that he brings on, that he tends to, I guess, hold on a little longer than he should. And so that may be the case here, but we'll see if they make some changes moving forward. But I think, and Heineke came in at the end of that game, didn't he?
Who?
Heineke, the quarterback. Your number one quarterback got hurt, and Heineke came in towards the end of the game.
Yeah, I stopped watching it once he went out. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm definitely done. I can't take it no more. So I don't even know how he did. I didn't even get to see him play, but I
think he's kind of average sauce. He's just mid. He's mid. He's not going to do anything like. He's not going to make any spectacular plays.
Right.
He's going to be very conservative and kind of just not lose the game for you, but he's not going to necessarily do anything to win the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so moving on, the Rams and the Colts. I actually watched the end of that game, most of that game actually. I was going in and out of that game while watching my game. And Colts gave the Rams. Now the Rams don't. I can say this: the Rams won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They
you
look
keep saying that. You keep saying that, but they're not looking like a Super Bowl team right now.
They struggled to beat the Colts, and again, the Colts beat my team, which we should have won. I won't even go into that, but I watched a couple of their games, and it's just like, what's the problem? I can't pinpoint what the issue is, if it's play calling, if it's just lack of, and they have talent. They are full of talent. So you expect them to kind of be
better,
to be doing better than what they are. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Colts ran them to the very end. They were able to pull it out at the end, but it was close.
Yeah. Close. So that one went into overtime, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. They're gonna have to get it together if they plan on showing back up, because it ain't looking good right now.
Yeah. And I want to say, was it Aaron Donald came back another 2 years, because he was I think the talk was he was going to retire, but he's come back these last 2 years, and I know he's like, man, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to stop putting my body through this. But anyway, the Bucks and the Saints. I was kind of shocked that the Saints didn't play as well as they have in previous games. But yeah, the Bucks came in.
Baker Mayfield.
He's
showing up.
He's not a bad quarterback. He's just not
great. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And he makes some self-inflicted mistakes, wounds. Sometimes trying to do a little too much instead of just being smart and just surviving to the next play. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's not AFC. So I watch the NFC, but I don't pay as much attention until we have to play them. Like, I pay attention enough to know, okay, we have to play them. So like Seattle, we have to play Seattle this year. and we haven't had to play them in a couple of years. And Seattle's always whooped us down. That was during the Legion of Boom time. So now it's like, okay, can we pull out a win? We haven't played them in 3 years. Let's see if we can do it. But anyway, the Commanders and the Eagles, that was another. Again, I have faith in the Eagles.
I was going to say, I remember you saying they were a fighting team, and they fought on this one.
Yes. And they do that. They did it last year at times, where you like, oh, they should just go in and run over this team, and it doesn't quite happen. They played the Texans last year, and the Texans, like, they had to that was a last minute, win game. Like, they ran them all the way to the last quarter. So they have their moments where they do that, where they fall back and don't necessarily perform to their ability, I guess. But yeah, and again, that's a division rival. So yeah, it's just like the Ravens and the Steelers against the Browns or the Bengals. We all play those. We play those teams like it's a Super Bowl because those are division teams.
Right.
So, but it was a good game. Glad they were able to pull out the win, because that would have been something if they got beat by the daggone Commanders, not the Commanders.
It's good to. I'm always happy to see Jalen Hurts succeed.
Yes. And not the Commanders. I'm just saying. Not with anybody winning and losing to the Commanders. Come on now. I got an issue. That name just burns me. So the Bengals lost to the Titans. I was not shocked. Everyone said the week before, oh, Joe Burrow is back. And I was like, did you watch the game? He made a couple connections at the end.
Is he 100%? I don't think he is.
He's not. He's clearly not. He made some connections at the end of that game towards the second half with Jamar Chase, but he's clearly not 100%. And when I tell you the Titans were not giving him breaks, that they were looking to knock him on his behind.
Yeah.
They were looking to knock him on his behind, and I think they did a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Bengals. They probably should have sat him a little bit longer, but I think looking at them, they had so many division games early on.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to. They didn't want to lose that advantage in the division. But anyway.
They're paying the price for it now.
Say again?
I said they're paying the price for it now.
Oh yeah. We'll see. Maybe they'll get, I don't even know when the buys start. I have to go back and look at the schedules and see when those buys start and when theirs is. So hopefully he can get an extra week off and get some rest and maybe get to a place where he can make it into postseason.
Right.
But I don't need him there. But that's me,
right.
The big rival.
Right. Yeah, he's okay sitting over there. I mean, it's okay.
Take some PTO. You deserve it. You deserve it. Take you a vacation.
Right.
But yeah. So the Raiders and the Chargers. The Raiders lost another one. They're 1-3. Devontae Adams is not going to stay with the Raiders. He is not happy with the way this team is performing, and he knows that he's still one of the best wide receivers in the game. And he's just sitting there like, why am I here? Basically, he said it, but he hasn't said it. Like, why am I here? And he can come to the Raiders. I mean, doors are open.
Mm-hmm. Y'all don't need him.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But yeah, so the Raiders lost another one to the Chargers.
The Cowboys blew out the Patriots.
Yeah.
That was so gratifying. I was loving that game.
Oh yeah, we knew that was happening. Especially after the loss and again with all the chatter during the week, you knew they were going to come out and play, as hard as they could. And it's crazy because during the regular season, Dallas, they will play in, at that level. It's the postseason that they have issues with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever doubt them during the regular season, even if, Dak Prescott is throwing 15 interceptions, a year. But it's when they get to the postseason that they
can't pull through.
Real struggles happen and they can't move forward. So it was good to see them beat the Patriots just because it was the Patriots.
Right.
But I expected them to win that game.
Yeah.
Chiefs and Jets. That was a good game. I thought that the Jets were going to pull it out for a second. I really thought that they had an opportunity to pull it out. But here come the Chiefs. They came back at the last minute and went away with it. But I think it'll infuse some motivation and some positivity into their locker room and to those guys. They see it, hope where they saw none before. I guess, Aaron Rodgers was at the game.
Yeah.
So between him and Taylor Swift, I don't know who they were paying more attention to. He was there to kind of motivate them.
Yeah.
And it absolutely worked. It absolutely worked. But
Patrick Mahomes, of course, do what he do best.
Yeah. But they kind of let them stay in it a little too long. But they were able to win it, so whatever. I was kind of hoping for the Jets to win. That would have been a nice little, that Rodgers shows up and motivates the team to win it. That's a storyline right there.
Right. That would have been nice.
But Mahomes is Mahomes, so. And the last game of the week, the Seahawks and the Giants.
Yeah, they threw them out. Yeah, I did too.
I wanted the Giants to do something, right? They did absolutely nothing but get that quarterback killed.
Yes, you ain't lying there. They was all over him.
It was like 11.
I don't know. It was a lot.
And it was so funny. I think who's the commentator? Oh my gosh, I forget his name. He had me in tears.
Oh, Troy Aikman.
Oh my gosh. Talking about every time he said something about him getting sacked, and he says, "Oh, here we got another one." Oh, we got another one. He's like, "Dude, stop." Oh my gosh. But yeah, that was a horrible, horrible, horrible game. Horrible look at the Giants. And the fact that they paid that boy what they paid him and didn't pay Saquon Barkley. And now you see who's more valuable. You really need Saquon, but you didn't pay him. You pay for this little boy quarterback, and he can't do it on his own. He can't make anything happen.
He sure can't.
If I was Saquon, man, my ankle, my knee, my neck, and my back, I can't do it. I need to
not my neck and my back.
my back. I gotta sit down. That would be my attitude, because no, you treat me like garbage and say my position is not worth paying, but I'm the one generating the offense, not the quarterback.
Right.
So.
Yeah, they got blew out.
So I'm looking at the news. Kenny Pickett, it was his knee, and he says that he'll be ready to play versus the Ravens. Now, I have a word of advice for Kenny.
Oh gosh.
Are you looking
what?
To me, Kenny?
What? What do you have to say?
Down. You bring yourself out there if you want to. Playing games.
We coming for y'all. I don't care. We coming. We coming 100%.
I don't want to hear it. Kenny Pickett. Don't play no games with your butt. Look, you got broke back knees just like me.
Right.
I'm just saying, don't come out there unless you're 100%.
We're not worried about it. We're gonna be ready.
Okay, that's what your mom say.
When is the game? Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. We'll be ready.
I'm just saying. I hope he ready. He better be ready. I ain't worried about nobody else. Because Roquan Smith, that boy Washington, and I think Marlon Humphrey's gonna be back. Man, boy, you better be ready. I'm just saying.
We're not worried about it. We'll see how it goes.
So who are you ranking top 5 after this past week?
Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Let me see. I gotta put the Cowboys up there because they're just looking great. I think they look great. I want to put the Dolphins up there now, but they just lost so horribly.
So for me, number 5 is going to be Kansas City.
Got to put Kansas City in there.
Number 4, probably the Dolphins.
Where would you put Detroit? I know you got Detroit on there.
No.
In your top 5?
No, not top 5. Number 3, I'm going to go Cowboys.
Okay.
You know what? Ooh. Number 3 might be the Eagles. It's going to be Eagles or Cowboys in that 3rd slot. Number 2 is going to be the Bills. Number 1 is going to be 49ers.
Oh, you got the 49ers.
Yep. Every game they played, they're still unbeaten, along with the Eagles, but every game they've won convincingly. They've handled the team. There was no doubt that they dominated the entire game, all 4 quarters. So they are definitely number 1 for me. It's number 2. I'm putting the Bills because outside of that very first game, they looked amazing.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys and the Eagles have both shown that they have some work to do. And I might even move them to 4 and put the Dolphins above them. But then Kansas City, I think, should be in there as well at number 5.
Let me see who the Dolphins playing. I'm gonna have to watch them again because that was a little disturbing, them losing that game.
Not really. Like I said, that's a division. The Bills generally thump the Dolphins on a regular basis anyway. So I wasn't shocked at that they lost to them. And again, I knew that they weren't going to let them come in there and score like they did the week before.
Yeah. Well, they play the Giants next week, so that's not really going to be a telltale.
Yeah.
We already know how that's going to go.
Playing stuff on its own. But yeah, so those are my top 5. I did watch Colorado. And they came back. They almost pulled it out. And because when I first started watching the game, UCLA was up like 20-something. And then
it was USC, wasn't it?
USC or UC, who was it?
USC.
Oh, whoever it was. I don't know college like that. I just watched Coach Prime. That's it. That's the only reason
I know.
But yeah, when they started coming back, it was like, oh, buddy, they almost got it. So I think it's just like he said, he just needs a couple of his guys to really step up. Because the young man who was scoring, I don't even remember his name. He's somebody I hadn't even heard of, but Yeah, they showed out at the towards the end of that game, and they showed that they're an actual competitor. I know they looked like crap the week before, but they showed up for that one. They didn't want to. They were like, "Oh no, that's not happening again."
Yeah. Do you know who they play next?
Hold on. You know, look. And it has more than likely somebody really good, just because I remember hearing commentators saying that that these next 3 games are going to be the challenge for Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me look under teams.
I know Ohio State is playing Maryland Saturday because they were off this past week. So
okay. See, this is just too many teams. I don't want to look through all these people. That's another reason why I don't watch college. It's just too many of them.
There's a lot. There's too many. Too many to keep up with.
These games. I don't want to sit and watch the highlights. I can't even find them.
Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I don't even see it.
Oh, Utah State.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, yeah. I think that's it. Am I looking at the right one?
Oh no, Arizona State.
So I'm looking at
Saturday the 7th. Yeah, so they play Arizona State.
Okay, I don't know who I'm looking at.
Yeah, because they just play USC. So we'll see how it goes. That's Saturday at 5:30.
Okay, good. But yeah, I like that they're that they're showing some, some resilience. And again, even Coach Prime, he said it. He said, if y'all gonna get me, you better get me this year. He said, because next year, what I got coming through, he's telling you that he's recruiting everybody next year.
Oh yeah, yeah. They worked on that at the time. Yeah.
Not gonna be nothing nice. And then I read somewhere that he turned down a new contract with Colorado. I don't even know if that's the truth. That may be fake news. Because someone was saying that they wanted to offer him a lifetime contract. But why would he? That don't make sense. When bigger offers are going to come along eventually.
Right.
I mean, and he's made it, clear he doesn't want to coach in the NFL.
Well, they're trying to lock him down. That's what they want to do. They want to keep him. Of course. Who wouldn't?
But yeah, I don't see him doing anything like that. I mean, that just stops him from making all kinds of moves in the future. So.
Right. Yeah, he ain't doing that. I wouldn't. What we got coming up next week on the NFL? We got some half decent games coming up next week.
I done left the hold on, let me get back to the schedule. I'm jumping all over the place. Went to ESPN. Man, I as I'm watching the games, even watching it, live on TV, there's always, and I don't know how this happens, but there's a lag in what we're seeing, even for a local Texans game, and what's actually happening at the game.
Right.
So I'll look on to the NFL website because they show the plays. They show play by play. And NFL just dropped the ball. it's showing all kinds of crazy stuff. So I had to move over to ESPN and look on their play-by-play because the play will actually show up on ESPN before we see it on the TV.
Right.
It's crazy. When I'm in the local market watching a Texans game, it shouldn't
be like that.
Yeah, we have is this week 5? So we have Washington versus the Bears. That should be a good one because the Bears are fighting for their life right now.
Right.
Jaguars versus the Bills. Texans versus the Falcons. Texans should win that one. They should win that one.
The Patriots play the Saints.
The who?
The Patriots play the New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
That'd be interesting. I haven't seen, well, no, I've seen the Patriots. I haven't seen the Saints play.
Yeah, they got David Carr.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't even know if he's better because I think he was hurt. I don't know. Detroit plays the Panthers. They should win that one.
Yeah.
But the Colts play the Titans. I'm rooting for the Titans. Sorry. I'm done with the Colts.
You done with them? Don't be mad.
The Dolphins versus New York Giants. The Dolphins will, oh Lord Jesus, Giants. They just can't catch a break. They just cannot catch a break. Jeez Louise. Again, we play y'all. The Bengals play the Cardinals. The Eagles play the Rams.
That'd be a good game.
Yeah, the Jets play the Broncos. That's going to be interesting. Because you have their offensive coach, I forget his name, who coached for the Broncos last year, remember?
Oh, okay.
He head coach for the Broncos, and so when what's his face got in charge over the Broncos now, I told you I can't remember these names. The coach of the Broncos now, he made a statement against that former coach, and of course Aaron Rodgers, keep our coach's name out your mouth, and boy, you ain't gonna bust a grape. Go sit down. Go sit down. We have the Vikings and the Chiefs. That should be a good one. Dallas and the 49ers. That's going to be the game. That's the game right there. If the Cowboys, if they could make it a good game and really compete,
yeah,
because it's always the 49ers who get them out in the postseason every year. So we'll see. That's going to be a great game. And the Monday night game is going to be Green Bay versus Oakland. So yeah, with Jimmy G.
Aren't they the Las Vegas Raiders now?
Huh?
Aren't they the Las Vegas Raiders now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. I don't know. I know them Oakland people ain't too happy about that.
I'm sure. I wouldn't be either. But yeah, so this some good games coming up next week.
Because even like and that's what pissed, because my father still to this day, Daddy, if you watching this video, you know I'm telling the truth. My father has the biggest issue with the Colts because he tells this story about how they brought in the Mayflower trucks, the moving trucks in the middle of the night and packed up the whole stadium and moved, and nobody knew they was leaving. And it was just a tragedy. He tells that story to this day about how the Colts ran up out of Maryland and went to Indianapolis. So then, of course, we had to steal the Browns.
I was going to say, but you turned around and took the Browns.
But we changed the name. We didn't keep them the Browns.
Right, that's true. That's true. Can't take the name.
Exactly. But yeah, that's about it.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna make me some soup and try to eat something and go to bed. I'm gonna try to go to work tomorrow. I haven't been in because I haven't been feeling great, but I'm gonna try to go in tomorrow.
Okay.
We should.
Okay,
We should.
I hope you feel better.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, AT babies, that's it for us. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button so that you know when we post new content. One of these days, we're going to actually attempt to go live. I don't know if we'll actually get there, but we're going to try. We're going to try one of these days.
Do it one day. We're going to do it.
All right. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.